My name is Tana and I'm the president of SUSO in St. Mary's. That's an acronym for Stand Up Shout Out, and it's a club that's basically community based. We try to help the environment as much as we can, as well as the community. We've given to kids in Kibera, we've given to kids in the school. We just have a lot of initiatives in that sense, and we just wanted to partner with Greenpeace today and invite them to come and plant trees in our school, because it is important that we preserve the environment for the next generation. I think the most important thing for our club, or one of the most important things for our club, is to just encourage everyone right now to just look at the world from a broader perspective and stop worrying about what's going on in their lives and start to look beyond that a bit. Worry about the environment where you're staying. Is there smog in the community you're in? Are you coughing more? Are your eyes irritated? Because there are ways to solve that. If you plant a tree, if everyone in Kenya planted a tree, we could reduce our pollution rates by probably more than 60%, and that's really big. So if we all just take that initiative and if we all just look beyond ourselves and try to help each other, we can actually grow not just St. Mary's, but even Kenya, even Africa. It's all about that unity that we can share and the environment.
Biodiversity and agriculture are indefinitely linked. And one of many projects Greenpeace does is to see to it that biodiversity flourish. To contribute towards the achievement of this commitment, Greenpeace Kenya held a tree planting event at St. Mary's in Songari and Loreto in Nairobi. The team was joined by the students of both primary and secondary level to plant hundreds of tree seedlings in order to support the biodiversity of the area for many future generations to enjoy.
Mom took me to the store today to buy some seeds and dirt. And when we got home, we dug a big hole and got right to work. We buried the seeds inside the ground and watered them with the hose. I couldn't believe how easy it was to make something grow. Let's plant a flower. Let's plant a tree. Let's plant a fruit for you, for me. Let's plant a flower. Let's plant a tree.
Msongari is one of the many parts in the capital that encourages the growth of trees and protection of the environment.
I watered the ground every other day, and suddenly on the 11th...
In this regard, the organization, in collaboration with the school, created an environmental garden just to see to it that the kids learn the importance of environment, at the same time keeping the environment green. The initiative was led by the headmistress of the same school, who urged the students to always be ambassadors in championing the conservation of forests in the country. Clean environment with pure air that is not contaminated, habitat for birds, protecting the world against global warming, protecting the water towers, food for humans and wildlife is also some of the importance of trees.
So what made us start this program of planting trees is we wanted to reduce global warming in the world, because global warming causes deaths of many people and it's dangerous to our environment. Yeah.
And as you've witnessed today, we've done an exercise to bring change to the problems that we're experiencing as a country, as a world. Matters global warming. We've experienced wave hits all over the world, and we want to be part of the solution. As you can read here, we are an oasis, a source of solutions to these problems. So we are passionate. Personally, I'm very passionate about the club and what we are doing. We want to bring solutions to global warming. My take on the Mau eviction Personally, I support the government on the initiative of evicting the people from the Mau, because those are people who are contributing to the ever greenhouse effects that we experience in this world, the wave heats and all that you can imagine about the global warming. So personally, I feel that the government is doing the right thing in evicting the people, because we want to conserve these trees. We all know, or you can imagine, of all the importance of having a clean environment. And by getting into the forest, we are basically destroying ourselves indirectly. And I will support the government. I will say that what they've done is a great job. And as a club, we actually come into the Mau. We will also support this initiative by ensuring that all those trees that have been destroyed, we want to be part of this solution. We have our own seedlings. We'll ensure that we replace the ones that have been destroyed to ensure that we sustain a better environment where we live in. Well, I'm involving the students or the kids who are young, because these are the leaders of today and tomorrow. Because we want to teach them on how to be part of the solution that concerns the environment. So if we don't teach them today, we will not be in a position to help the coming generation. So we must begin today. And as we all know, charity must begin at home. So we've begun at home. We are moving to the rest of the world. I'll appeal to the rest of the students in other schools, the rest of the world, to take this from their heart, to love the environment, because if we destroy our home, we'll have nowhere to run to. So we must come out in large numbers, plant trees, so that we can be able to save our environment.
Kids were not left out in the tree planting program, as Greenpeace believe the kids are the leaders of tomorrow, and that involving them and teaching them on the importance of conserving the environment will go a long way in conserving the environment.
This is a day like it's dedicated for kids. Definitely we want to have kids who are environmental conscious, so that them being the leaders of tomorrow, they can be able to have that consciousness of being environmentally upright. So today we were targeting 500 trees, and that's exactly what we've achieved. We've had kids from St. Mary's schools and also from Loreto Msongari, and we've planted trees. But this is just a startup kind of activity. We want this to go into many schools as possible. If we can have this being done like every year, where we have all the schools planting trees during this day, 27th of July, that will be a good thing, and I think we will make our country more greener, and we will increase our forest cover. This is a continuous event. Actually, this is a build-up from an event that we did some months back. It's like 1 month ago. We were cleaning the river as Greenpeace volunteers. We were cleaning the river, and then we saw the kids from St. Mary's also doing the same. So it interested us seeing kids doing that, and that's how we came up to partner and do more. So we will be doing more of these events, so it's not a one-time event. Yeah, Greenpeace is more involved into environmental conscious activities. So yeah, so the idea actually is people are struggling to come up with the concept of why Mau is important, and if we had these kind of programs in school, we would have leaders and citizens who are environmentally conscious. So having the kids educated about the environment would have solved this problem that now we're tackling within Mau. Because Mau is a water tower and it needs to be protected. And definitely we cannot have people encroaching and cutting down trees in our water tower. It is not just the problem that is going to affect the people there, but we will have detrimental effects to other people that are being supplied by the water that is coming out of Mau. So yes, we are championing for Mau to be reforested.
Kids in conservation, very important, particularly because the world is theirs. The rest of us can only teach them how to do what they need to do in order to remain healthy and to find or to be in a proper environment. So what you people witnessed, what you were able to witness, is basically a metaphor and extended symbolism for that matter, that the senior-most class, the oldest students on this compound, took the junior-most school kids in our compound and brought them to the field, to the place where they planted trees. We are passing on the baton for taking care of the environment, and we'd like to do that in the only way we know, by getting the older people to teach the younger people the right thing to do. I want to say thank you so much to Greenpeace for having worked with us, and largely all of us here are, all of us, myself included, are members of the Suso Club, Stand Up Shout Out, and we are very big on environmental matters. We have a very beautiful compound. We found it green. We want to leave it as green as possible for the longest time possible. I want to challenge everyone, each and every one of the kids out there, to go that mile. I'll not call it an extra mile. It's just to go that mile and not just plant a tree, but to grow that tree so that you take care of it. I share with my students, and I've told them like 1,000 times, the school I went to in high school, when you got there to Form 1, you planted a tree. I left a tree in my high school. Leave a tree somewhere, wherever you are. Whichever school you go to, plant a tree. In our compounds, plant trees. And how is that going to help us? We shall green our environment, we shall have better quality air, and the place will just look beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. One of the compounds that always keeps me amazed, and for the many years I've been here, is this school, because there's lots and lots and lots of trees. We really appreciate the shade of the tree. So kids out there, don't just plant a tree, grow a tree.
Store today to buy some seeds and dirt. And when we got home, we dug a big hole and got right to work. We buried the seeds inside the ground and watered them with the hose. I couldn't believe how easy it was to make something grow. Let's plant a flower. Let's plant a tree. Let's plant a fruit for you, for me. Let's plant a flower. Let's plant a tree.